Hi, I am Shauna Kay. I talk about alternative, controversial, taboo things. I have a podcast called The Christian Mystic where I talk about more the spiritual side of things. I incorporate my alternative thoughts and perspectives. But I am a Christian mystic, which is very taboo and controversial in the church. I grew up in the church. I grew up in a very respectable home, grew up in Silicon Valley. My whole demographics, let's just say, can be a bit judgy on several occasions. But honestly, it just stems from a need to know basis. So because they don't really know much about these taboo things, they continue to remain taboo to them because they don't care to bring themselves down to the level of trying to understand something that they were raised and taught was controversial. I, however, learned a lot of humility. God spanked the shit out of me over a decade ago, and I am a transformed woman, full of empathy, sympathy, and understanding, and enlightenment. So I talk about controversial, taboo things from my perspective. I'm used to being judged, but I've never been more happy and successful in my life. So clearly, something I'm doing is 100% on point. I hope you're vastly entertained in this video, and I hope you mosey on around to check out the others. Not every topic will apply to what your interests are, but that's the beauty of it. I touch on various topics, as long as it's controversial and taboo to women from good society, then you know Shauna Kay is going to be on it. I'm a pretty awesome person, so welcome. In this video, I'm going to talk about how to avoid the munchies when you take a CBD product, cannabis product. Let that be marijuana, delta, full spectrum, any of the deltas. 99.99% of people get hungry as hell and they want to pig out when they take this cannabis product. It's annoying. It's one main reason I avoid cannabis products. I'm not a huge fan of them. They have their benefits. Sure, throughout the years, I've had to rely on the medical grade Rick Simpson oil for my pain, especially after my surgeries. So they're great on that respect, and I have utilized them in the past. However, it's not my go-to anytime recently because of that issue. I always pig out and then I gain a bunch of weight from like one binge night. So unfair. But I've still done a lot of research, so when I have to take some Rick Simpson oil on, let's say I have a flare-up and what I usually take is just not working for my pain, and I want to avoid the narcotics. I want to avoid the prescriptions that I have a plethora of prescribed, approved by my doctor, because that's something anything chemical they love to push. But I avoid them as much as I can, muscle relaxers and all that, because of the side effects. So if my go-to natural alternatives are not working, sometimes I will have to resort to the Rick Simpson oil for the evenings to be able to sleep throughout my pain and try to just manage it. And so I've learned to do these things to help avoid the munchies. Now, first thing, of course, is take it later in the day after dinner because your stomach's full. It's later in the day. You're not going to spend all day pigging out versus if you take it in the morning and then you're going to have the munchies all day, more hours to eat. So that's the very first thing. I make sure it's in the evening. Sometimes you don't get that choice. I have years and years experience of being able to function with high levels of pain. So I'm able to go to work, I'm able to live life, I'm able to have a conversation without letting people know that I'm in a lot of pain. I've mastered the ability to control my emotions and how my body reacts to feeling pain. A lot of people, they tend to be dicks, they get angry, they're irritable because they're in pain. It's years and years and years of living in pain that has enabled and helped me to avoid being an asshole. But trust me, there was a point many years ago when my chronic pain and issues started that it was hard. And I had to avoid a lot of people. It's what kind of made me get in the hermit state. And I just became a homebody because I didn't want to have to hold a conversation down while I was in pain, especially talking to idiots and like entertaining dumb people. It was near impossible. So I've spent years practicing. But if you obviously have not have experience practicing holding back your irritability and you're in pain, so sometimes it's hard to wait till the evening. That being said, that's the first thing. Wait until the evening, full stomach. Number two, full stomach. Even that alone. If you can't wait till the evening, at least fill up your gut so you're full, you're not hungry already to begin with. Take it on a full stomach for all the reasons I just mentioned. Third, drink water. Whenever you feel like you're getting the munchies, get the will and drink and chug water. Fourth thing, have peppermint candy, gum, Tic Tacs nearby. And the minute you get the munchies, pop it in your mouth. Because I don't know about you, but whenever I have something that's peppermint, spearmint, I don't want to eat or drink. Drinking's like painful to my mouth. Pop that in your mouth and you will not want to eat. You'll not want to. Last but certainly not least is you distract yourself with other things and other people. You make sure that you are busy mentally and physically if possible to distract yourself from the need to have to find some food no matter where you're at in the world. Good luck with happy hunting, and hopefully these tips help. I will see you in my next video.